doctor.
Save up to 50% on your medicine bills. Ask your doctor or pharmacist if Pharmacodynamics has a generic medicine that's suitable for you.
What do Sir Walter Scott, Lewis Carroll, Charles Dickens, Vusi Maglasela and Pat Pillay have in common? Well, they've all had or have epilepsy, but most importantly, for those that are still living, epilepsy does not have them. Epileptic seizures are sudden, often dramatic electrical storms in the brain that affect about 1% of the population. It's not a mental disorder, but a physical one. Permanent changes in brain tissue cause the brain to be too excitable or jumpy that result in the brain sending out abnormal signals, causing these repeated episodes or convulsions. That they're repeated is important because a single seizure that doesn't happen again is not epilepsy. Although epilepsy tends to be a lifelong condition, effective management is available for most people, allowing a seizure-free, productive life. Most occupations and recreational activities are open to people with controlled epilepsy, and most countries, South Africa included, allow driving after a seizure-free period of 6 to 12 months.
Outgoing and multi-talented, Nicole Laxton doesn't let much stand in her way to success. Balancing life as a student and model, she's also been living with epilepsy since she was 9 years old.
I was actually sitting upstairs, just reading a book, and I heard my eldest daughter scream, but you know, that sort of paralytic scream that there's something wrong. And Nicole was basically passed out in the TV room. She was on her own and we couldn't get her round. I literally grabbed her and I ran into the car and I literally chased down to the hospital with her. Anyway, when she walked into the hospital, she started coming round. Seeing the doctor there, he first said to us, no, he thought perhaps she just fainted. And as a mum, I thought, no, you know, to be out for such a long period of time, this didn't seem like a faint session to me. And that's when we investigated the matter further and was eventually diagnosed that she had petit mal epilepsy, or commonly known as absence epilepsy. So, I mean, she carried on life as normal, carried on with her activities. Obviously, the biggest concern for us was to make sure that she took her medication regularly. You know, being 9 years old, medicine is the last thing on her mind. We've been diagnosed with epilepsy. Nicole, as a person, she's always been quite driven. So I don't think it ever became to a point that, you know what, you've got epilepsy, now the world must stop. In fact, I think it pushed her even harder.
As a Miss SA Teen finalist and already working with other charities, it was quite natural that Epilepsy South Africa named Nicole their youth ambassador.
I think living with epilepsy as a teenager and being diagnosed so early, I was really conscious about what my peers would think of me. They were sympathetic towards it because I made them feel comfortable by telling them about my condition. Also, my teachers were sympathetic in the sense that, I mean, I'd always regularly inform them about what's happening with my epilepsy and whether I'm going through a good or bad patch with it. So they'd always be there to support me. I mean, often at times it was hard because with changes of medication, and I'd have quite bad side effects of moodiness and aggressiveness, but it helped me a lot having my friends knowing about the situation because they could help me through that. I went onto the epilepsy website, and as I wanted to do charity work for them having epilepsy, and I saw they had ambassadors such as John T. Rhodes on it, and I thought, wow, what a great opportunity to step in and actually represent teenagers. And that's really how I got involved, started doing charity work, and then I became an ambassador. As an ambassador for Epilepsy South Africa, I think my main goal is to really inspire other teenagers living with epilepsy and encourage them not to give up on their goals and let epilepsy be an obstacle in their life. I matriculated last year, and basically I've started doing my photography, and I hope to broaden that and go into food styling. Also, I've been chosen for top model search worldwide, and I want to really get recognized in the international market with that.
Children and teens like Nicole can live healthy, seizure-free lives with medication managing their epilepsy. By early adulthood, they may be able to cease medication with seizures occurring very rarely.
Misconceptions about epilepsy is that often it's related to mental retardation, or you have a mental problem with you. They see you as stupid often, and that's due to ignorance. Also, in some cultures, they see it as you possessed by evil spirits or demons, and none of this is true. I I don't think epilepsy has stifled me in any regard. I actually think it has helped me for the last few years and living with it also, in the sense that I've learned how to cope with certain situations and obstacles that come my way.
A young lady with style and confidence, Nicole proves that epilepsy is no barrier to making your dreams come true.
Save up to 50% on your medicine bills. Ask your doctor or pharmacist if Pharmacodynamics has a generic medicine that's suitable for you.
I want to live the best life.